Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. We're live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Appreciate you guys being here. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got shit to do. Just kidding. You probably do have jobs. We're conservatives, for fuck's sake. Glad you guys are here. Make sure you go into the description box. Actually, here, let me do it for you. Let me make it easy for you. Life so often throws difficult things our way. So let me make it easier for you. Let me help you out. Green's House, my new YouTube channel, we are sitting at 2,870 subscribers. Can we get to 3,000 before the end of this live stream? It's only 130 subs. I got to think we're going to have at least 130 people in here. So if you are not subscribed, make sure you do that. That would be very helpful. So let me put the link in the description box. Like I said, I want to make it easy for you. That would be very helpful. Bam. Here we go. Booyakasha. So there it is. Now I'll even pin that bitch. Come on now. Come on. Oh, it's not what I want to do. There we go. Pin message. So it is pinned to the top. That is the link to my new YouTube channel, Green's House. I'm working on two more interviews coming up. One of them I've already confirmed. It's just a matter of nailing down the time because he's busy. I'm busy. But he is a Hollywood superstar. He's not about the bullshit or he wouldn't be here. But he's a Hollywood star. He's been in one of the Rambo movies. He's been in Transformers. He's a British pop star. He was a British soap star. Big time. As my dad would say, boy, you shitting in tall cotton. So I'm trying to nail him down for a specific time, but I will get him on here. Who will it be? I don't know. You have to stay tuned. Mark Piekets, probably saying that wrong, but thank you for being here. Tammy D, None the Miser, Eric Schultz. Wherever I see your name, Eric, it always reminds me of Dwight Schultz, the guy who played Howling Mad Murdoch on the A-Team. He actually had he's a conservative dude, and he still might have it. Back in the day, I used to listen to his radio show. He filled in for Michael Savage a lot too. Dude is extremely smart. GJB Films, thank you. Username Jamie. I got your email too, Jamie. Mental Medalist Wife. Jake Spood 87839. I don't know about that, man. We're still working on that. But thank you for the vote of confidence. Tony DeRosa, Aaron M. Who else? Leilani Mitchell. Thank you all for being here. And all the others who will trickle in as the live stream goes on. You are here live, damn it, Leilani, and I appreciate you. Chrome, what up? What's that? Oscar Gonzalez. Thank you all for being here, you mother suckers. Actually, I was so before I hopped in here on the live, I was staining my fence. Some real all-American homeowner shit right there. I was staining the fence in my backyard, and I still got one other one to do. I'll do that this weekend, though. And then I had some music playing in here, and it was a real good song. One of my favorite songs I was listening to, but I turned it off so I could hang out with you guys. So you better appreciate it. Damn it. You might be wondering, what song was that? It's a song by my favorite rapper, one of the greatest rappers of all time, Pharoah Monch. Pharohe, Monch, Monch. Pharoah Monch. You've heard me talk about him before, but he has a song called Bad Motherfucker. And that song's a bad motherfucker. Kenneth Jackson, thank you for being here. Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby. Trickle, trickle. That's right. Boop, boop, boop. Let's get those trickles in here. I'll take them. But thank you, man. Appreciate it. You know how we do. When people show love, I like to show it back. Appreciate you, Mr. Kojak. So, what are we going to be talking about? Oh boy. Leilani Mitchell says, "How much was the stain? Home improvements are expensive." Fuck yeah, they are. I got a 5-gallon bucket. It was like $150, and this is the second one that I've had to buy because one, my back fence is like 90 some feet long, or no, back fence is like 70 some feet long or something like that, and then the side fence is 94 feet long. So I already used one bucket. I got like 3/4 of the way. Had to get another bucket, finish that. So I'm gonna take the rest of that second bucket and start the side fence. And I know I'm gonna have to at least get one more. So we're looking at a three bucket job, probably 4, because I got to do the other side of the back fence as well. And it's getting warm outside, so the wood's nice and dry and it's thirsty. So it's gonna be drinking that shit up. Yeah, Leilani, ouch is right. Damn it. So pissed about that shit. And then so we went with Lowe's at first, and they were fucking up. So we canceled the order, went with Home Depot. It took them like 2 weeks to get that 1 5-gallon bucket here. But the second one we ordered was here pretty quick. So I was like, son of a bitch. That's right, Oscar. It soaks that damn stain up, and it gets hot here too. So it's like about 84 today. So I'm trying to get it done. It'll be about the same, 84, 85 this weekend. So I'm trying to get it done now before it gets like up into the 90s and the hundreds. At that point, you know, the damn stain will start drying before I can even roll it on. So the back fence, I was spraying it because there's nothing on the other side except that stupid housing development that they're building with those 2-story houses that are going to block my fucking sunset, but they're not up yet. So I can spray that. But the side fence, you know, of course, my neighbor's on the other side. So I don't want to have any overspray get in their yard and be an asshole. So I'm going to roll that side. That's why I'm trying to get it done before it gets too hot. Son of a bitch. Green Puke, welcome. Mark's Music Obsession, welcome. Green Puke says, Ace, the helpful hardware place. And my son calls it hardwood store, not the hardware store. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, they didn't have the right price. They're too expensive. And they didn't have the stain that I wanted either. They're close, because the Ace Hardware much closer than Home Depot, but you know, they pale in comparison to the size and amount of shit that they have. So sometimes I gotta go into town and go to the Home Depot. You know how it is, people. You know how this home improvement shit goes. Tim Allen made it look so much easier. He really did. Yeah, Tony DeRosa. Yes, right before I got on here, I heard about that. So you guys remember that soldier who was in front of, where was he? Was he in the Capitol or something like that, where he set himself on fire? He just doused himself in gasoline. Free Palestine, free Palestine. He burned to death. Another guy just did that outside of the courtroom where Trump is having his hearings. So great. Now the left is going to get a hard on about that. Or was it the Israeli embassy? Thank you, Oscar. Yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, he burnt himself up like a jackass. And so it looks like somebody else did the same thing, but it was outside of the trial with Trump is. So I haven't had a chance to read too much about it. I just saw it right before I came on here. But what a dumbass. What are you doing? You think whatever you're setting yourself on fire for, you think that group of people or that person's going to be like, oh shit, let's do a 180 because some random jackass set himself on fire. It just does nothing. It's like those bullshit protests on the Golden Gate Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge and the O'Hare Airport and the SFO. Do these cities not have fire departments with water hoses? Let's start using them. Let's blast these people with water hoses. You can't do this, guys. We all know traffic, but California has another breed of traffic. You're talking Los Angeles. You're talking the Bay Area. That traffic is infamous. It is legendary. I've been stuck in it many times. I was stuck in Bay Area traffic so long one time that I had to dump out my water bottle and piss in it. I had to piss in it. Oh, and one more thing, your beer tastes like piss. I know, because we piss in it. What movie is that from? Justin Weeks, what's up? Charlotte, what's going on? Yeah, it's California traffic is known around the world. So for it to be a pain in the ass already, and then you dumb patchouli oil smelling granola headed dirt fuckers with no job, you're going to make it worse. You're going to block all the lanes going across the Golden Gate Bridge. They get arrested finally, and then they are released with no charges. There needs to be a charge called asshole. You're being an asshole, you're getting charged. You're looking at 30 days in the booty house. The hell? How do you do that? How do you inconvenience thousands of people and nothing happens to you? You get arrested and released. They take you, probably don't even book you. They probably weren't even booked. Probably gave them snacks, rubbed their nasty hippie feet. Come on. Come on. That shit is ridiculous. Looks like we got some new folk in here joining us. I appreciate you. Welcome. Bienvenido. Adieu. Weapon X. Shante Apophion. I think I said that right. I deserve a gold star on my chest for that one. Welcome. Clayton Garner. Welcome. Good damn afternoon to you as well. That's right. Weapon X Desperado. I know, because we pissing it. Luella Malone. Welcome, young lady. Luella. That reminds me of the guy who would interview the people outside of divorce court, Doug Llewellyn. That was such a badass intro. Victoria Toten. Welcome. JN, welcome. Welcome you all. Oh, Victoria, it's your first time here. All right, hey, welcome to a live stream. Remember, Victoria, you never forget your first. And Victoria, that's my daughter's middle name. What a beautiful name that is. Shitlib NPC, welcome. Ina Richards, welcome. 1-2 Punch. Unruly Peasant R, aren't we all? Welcome. Mr. Comic 2009. Yo, 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 what up? Hey, yo, oh, hey, over here. Jesse James Morrison, welcome. Shitlib NPC, Jericho's got that porn music intro. It is funky. Got that slapping that bass. Don't listen to the intro with your wife in the other room. She's going to think you jerking it. Shout out to my man, Shanthan Jetty. He did that intro for me. Thank you very much. JT says, who got 8? Oh, you didn't hear about that, JT? Sloppy Joe Biden said that his grandfather was shot down. His plane was shot down in World War II, and he was captured by New Guinea cannibals, and they never found his body. I wonder, like, if you could put some kind of microphone inside of Joe Biden's brain, would it just be like that? Do do do. We're sorry. The call that can't be completed is dialed. Would it be something like that, or would it just be like da, 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 or what's going on in there? Because that's another bullshit made up story that has been debunked. Greg McNeely, thank you. And you're right. Don't forget to slam the like button like it was your first time. Oh, I don't know. Hit that like button better than that, because none of us were good our first time, right? Maybe somebody was. Maybe one of you guys was good your first time. You were in there stroking. I remember being told, by my uncles and stuff and friends of mine, oh, your first time, it's going to be over in 5 seconds, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't. But that's what you're always told, right? Tony DeRosa said you hear the Jeopardy theme. Boo, 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 boo. Boom, boom. Yeah, maybe. Shit. Wilbur. Thank you. Brent Brumley. Hello. My name's Brent Brumley, attorney at law. Welcome. Kenneth Jackson says, Jericho, the worst traffic I've ever been in is in Atlanta. Don't doubt it. Atlanta's a big city. You're always going to have traffic issues in big cities, but you get a taste of that LA or Bay Area traffic, it might change your mind. Timothy Wasbinski, number one Timothy Wasbinski says the Benny Hill song. Or either that or it's going to be like the silence you hear when you're in one of those tanks, when you're in like water, you're submerged in water, one of those barometric pressure, some one of those tanks where it's like so silent you can hear your hair growing. It's probably like that. Chuck you, Farley. Welcome. Salty Groot in the house, fuckers. Welcome to you as well. Basically, what I'm saying is he's a senile old piece of shit. But he said that his papa was eaten by cannibals. You know, his staff was like, oh, shit. You know? They were just like, damn. Are they even surprised at this point? Are Sloppy Joe's handlers even surprised? They couldn't be. They have been desensitized to his senility. Black on sight. Thank you for being here as well. Creepy Joe showered with his daughter, man, but 81 million votes, though. That's true. Could you imagine if Trump's daughter's journal, diary, was found and it said that she showered with her father at 9 or 10 years old, whenever it was, and how inappropriate it was? Oh. Gabe El Taib, what up, man? Big Man Comics. BigManComics.com, people. I want quality entertainment. I'm sick of supporting the woke bullshit. Here you go. Dean Cain, All-American Law Man. Just finished reading it with my son the other day. Gabe El Taib has his fingerprints all over it, wrote it, colored it. Shout out to Akeon as well, who drew it. But if you want that book, and you better hurry up because they're almost gone, bigmancomics.com. You want great entertainment. You want things that you can read to your children. You want entertainment that you can enjoy with your family. Here it is. Take part. I've led you to the water horses. Drink up. Put that in there. Big Man Comics. I think I spelled that right. There it is. Get on it, people. Actually, hold up. That's not the way links work. Hold on a second, people. And I'm going to get to that ridiculous statement you just made, Gabe. And I'll tell you why it's ridiculous. I'm trying to jump on our team now. Okay, bam. There we go. All right. All right. There it is. BigManComics.com, people. You want to support non-woke quality, all-American entertainment. See this? You see the quality? What is that? Jericho? Is that Marvel? Is that DC? No. It's even better. BigManComics.com. Let's see. Gabe, let me go back to your fucking statement that you made. Authentically Kennedy, what up, Mum? Hello, Mum. How's your baby? Yeah. See, now this you look at this comment that Gabe made and you think it's like, is he being perverted? And he probably is. But the other day on Wednesday, every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Double Impact, myself, Gabe, we break down action movies from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Next week, we will be breaking down scene by scene Rambo 3, the worst Rambo. But he had a poll question and he asked, do people, and we talk about action movies, but let's be honest, it always ends up food-based. So he asked the question, the age-old question, do you prefer creamy peanut butter or chunky peanut butter? And I figured, well, I'll tell the truth. Creamy peanut butter. People who like chunky peanut butter, something's wrong. Your mouth's broken. Your mouth's fucked up. Okay. Creamy peanut butter. Come on. But he was on the chunky peanut butter side. Now he's trying to go team cream. Don't be bandwagon jumping. You stay over there with you meth mouth chunky peanut butter eaters. But all that aside, what up, Gabe? That's what I'm trying to say. Monica Foster, what up? Welcome. Christine Hopkins. You sound like a British actress. Glad you guys are all here. Chrome, Mopar Girl, thank you all. And since we're talking about Old Sweet Dick Malone, what up? Flowers Mama, what up? Since we're talking about comics and quality entertainment, Gabe and myself, we are working on a comic book where I am the main character. And it takes place in 1993. That's all I can tell you. It's fucking great. We were bouncing some ideas back and forth via text. He showed me some of the concept art. I'm so excited about this. And probably the main reason that I'm excited about this project and having a comic book where I'm the main character in it is how cool it is for my kids, especially my son, because he's 8. He's more that comic book age. But how cool it is to have a comic book with your dad in it. That's rare. There's some rarefied air I'm breathing, people. So excited. It's going to be so fucking cool. Paytar? Am I saying that right? No. She says, hey, Jericho, have you seen the Single Mom music video? Don't you tell me that. I'm not shocked. I'm just disgusted. Of course there's a Single Mom music video. Oh my God. Why'd you have to mess my day up, Paytar? Hold on. Is it the one, Now You a Single Mom? So is this a parody? It says Now You a Single Mom. Okay. So it's not like single moms celebrating that. Okay, that I can accept. I can take that. I'm gonna check that out. Okay, thank you, Paytar. Am I saying that right? Paytar? I hope I am. Okay, I'll check that out later. Thank you. No, I'm not so sad about it. It's actually funny. Yeah, so Gabe and I are working on a comic book. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. The story we're putting together, led by Gabe. He's an award-winning writer. I'm just trying to, give my little 2 cents or my little ideas here and there. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Joe Dix. Name's Dix. Joe Dix. Ooh. Does that sound happen? Every time you say your name, Joe Dix? Name's Joe Dix. Ooh. So where did that come from? Okay. Paytar says, yes, sir, and I'm not a woman. Did I say you are a woman? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to assume your gender. This is like a safe space, and I didn't mean to assume your gender. So, I'm so sorry. I'm going to go punch myself in the nuts. Authentically Kennedy. She says, chunky peanut butter is for squired taste only. Creamy is for the kids. I don't agree, young lady. Creamy peanut butter is where it's at. Are you saying creamy peanut butter is for a more refined palate? Mental Mentalist wife says, I sure the hell didn't celebrate when I was a single mom. No, I would think not, because it's tough enough when there's 2 of you. By yourself, I can only imagine. That'll be some tough shit to deal with. So, Sloppy Joe, and where does this shit come from? His son died in Iraq. His son died of cancer. And this is one of the biggest, boldest, ridiculous lies that he's told. Remember when he said, he's talking about gay people, right? And he says that he's walking down the street with his dad in the 1950s. And he saw two guys kissing. And he looked at his dad with a curious look on his face. And his dad said, well, son, it's simple. They're in love. Two things. Number one, no gay couples were kissing out in public in the 50s. That was a no-no. People could probably kick your ass and get away with it if they caught you kissing in public. If you're a dude kissing another dude or a woman kissing another woman. That's a bunch of bullshit. Nobody was doing that. But if they did, I guarantee you the people standing around were not going to go, well, they're in love. Shut the fuck up. His son died in war. He died of cancer. What was his name? Corn Pop. He was going to beat him with the chain. The list goes on and on. This bottomless pit of lies from Joe Biden. And this is the latest one. But before I get to that, let me show some love to Simeon Merriweather. Thank you. I keep pushing that button. Thank you, Simeon. Yeah, Jesse James, I got hairy legs, and the little black kids, the little nigglets would come around and stroke his blonde hair. And he learned about roaches that summer. And that he was arrested for being a civil rights activist in South Africa. Man, stop. But this is the latest and the greatest so far, that Sloppy Joe, his papa, my papa was shot down in New Guinea and they ate him. Shut up, dog. Shut up. Oh, shut up. But he can't. He cannot. I can't. He cannot stop the verbal diarrhea from flowing from his quivering old lips. So let's hear it from the shaky horse's mouth. Where's his blue factory? Anyway, I shouldn't have said that. Here we go.
And my uncle, they called him Ambrose, they called him Bosie. My Uncle Bosie.
Oh, his uncle.
Was a hell of an athlete, they tell me, when he was a kid. And he became an Army Air Corps before the Air Force came along. Mm-hmm. He flew those single-engine planes as reconnaissance over war zones. He got shot down in New Guinea. And they never found the body because there were a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea.
He said they never found his body because there were a lot of cannibals in that part of New Guinea.
And
so they were just chowing down on some Biden bones, huh? So it turns out, in reality, his uncle's plane was shot down over the Pacific, and it said it nosedived and it hit the water hard, and the men were never found. Him and his co-pilot. But according to Sloppy Joe, according to that kaleidoscope of a brain of his uncle was eaten by cannibals. I'm sure that wasn't on the teleprompter. And I'm surprised he didn't say, "Oh, it's fact. I'm not joking. It's facts." Oh, you're not joking. Shit. Let me believe every word that comes out of your mouth, you old jackass. Jason. Yeah, he survived, slammed ashore, and then got eaten. Excuse me. He got eaten. So you crashed in the water, swam to shore. You survived that. You survived. Number one, you survived the crash in one of them old ass single engine planes. Now, I'm not saying that we have technology now that guarantees you're not going to die in a plane crash if you're a fighter pilot. No. But you have a much better chance. And you have a much better chance if you're flying as low as those single engine planes were. They weren't hitting the altitude of the F-22s and the F-18s and stuff of today. But with the parachutes and the ejection seat and all that kind of stuff, the way the aircraft is built, if you do hit the water in your plane, you do have a better chance of surviving nowadays. But back then, you're probably fucked if you hit the water. But not Sloppy Joe's uncle. He survived a plane crash, swam to shore. He probably backstroked to shore. He probably just, real smooth, maybe did some butterflies, fucking around. And he made it to shore, and then what? They just darted his ass and ate him. Oh my God. If that was Trump who said that, they would be fact checking as the words came out of his mouth. And by the time he left the podium, they would know that he's full of shit. But not Sloppy Joe. Why? Because the watchdog is now the lapdog. The media who used to watch that kind of shit, we used to watch our back and keep an eye on them. They're now being petted like the cat of some evil Bond villain. Yes, of course. Oh, come here, mainstream media. Holy hell. These are there are a lot of cannibals in that part of New Guinea. How many times do you think he shits himself a day? I'm going to put the over-under at 5. How many times do you think Sloppy Joe shits himself every day? You know how toddlers do it? They'll just stand there and have that shit face. That's what you get to look forward to, Authentically Kennedy. You haven't seen the toddler poop face yet, where they just go behind the couch. They're shitting. Up their back. How does shit get in your hair, little kid? Let's see. I put the over-under at 5. Oscar's saying 10. Black on Site says at least 2. Luella Malone says 5. I like that. I think I'm going with Luella. I think it's probably around 5, maybe 6. On a butterscotch pudding day, maybe 6 or 7. Authentically Kennedy says, I'm ready. Oh, you ain't ready for that, girl. When they start eating food, when he starts eating like a little man, just filling that diaper to the rim, get it, girl, get it. Chrome says 6. Mark says 6 as well. Yeah, all the ice cream he eats, he loves that chocolate chip ice cream. You give that man a quart of chocolate chip ice cream and a fistful of kids' hair from a barbershop floor, he is in heaven. He's happier than a pig in shit. David Stroker says as many times as he wants. Jill! David Stroker, man, what's up with these names? Joe Dix, David Stroker. I want a cool name like that. Chuck Miller's going under the under. He says 4. You're nice. You're being very generous. Tony DeRosa. Well, it depends. Joe he don't wear Depends. He's probably going commando. He's bare ass in those pants. Jill! Bless his heart. Okay. I'm reloading. Are you guys ready for some racism? I am. Well, I should say racism, but if the wrong person did it, they would call it racism, correct? But since one of the leftist henchmen is doing it, of course it's not racist. It's just smart politics. You be the judge. Don't judge me or judge her. Okay? Guys, ready? Let me retrieve this footage, and then I want you guys to tell me what you think. Of course, any sane person is not going to think it's racist, but if somebody with an aura next to their name did it, be racist as fuck. These people are disgusting. Okay, here we go. Now this is Mayor London Breed, mayor of San Fran shithole aka Needles and Shit, California, aka the shitty city by the bay. And it's an election year for her. So she's trying to get out there and pander to all the people to keep her in office. I was telling my buddy who sent this to me, I was like, well, if she just cleans up the city and stops the crime and brings down the cost of living and stops these racist programs that give money to only mothers of color and tells white moms to fuck off, if she made San Francisco a safe place and got rid of the open air drug markets and the rampant drug use and the homelessness and the filth, then she would please all of her voters and they would all vote for her. But she's focusing in on one group. She's focusing in on the Chinese. So I'm going to show you this. You tell me what you think. Let's play a game. Let's play a game that's sweeping the nation. Is this racist?
Hi, I'm San Francisco Mayor London Breed, and I'm here in Beijing, China. And guess what, San Franciscans? I have some really exciting news.
No more crime?
We have some cute, cuddly, black and white beauties coming to our city. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome pandas to San Francisco.
Oh, that's fun.
Hi, I'm San.
Guys, how fun is that? San Francisco, where your median rent is $6,000 a month, you're probably paying around $7 a gallon for gas. You can't go to that part of town that you used to go to because the homeless and the drug addicts took it over. Watch your step. That's human shit. Uh-oh. You come back to your car and all your windows are broke out and your shit's gone. Well, worry no more. You get pandas. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Pandas? Island Anderson, welcome, young lady. Appreciate you being here. Eric Jacobson, I'm not shitting you. I wish I was. You get pandas. Mayor London Breed, why are you in Beijing? Did you go to pick them up or something? What? Why did you go over there to get pandas? You know she didn't go there to get pandas. She went there to get her orders. She went there to meet with the president of China to tell her what the fuck to do. That's why she went there. She went there to go pick up a load of fentanyl. That's what she went there for. Pandas, that was just a bonus. Now let me see if I can find the cherry on top. Hey guys, this is Mayor London Breed. And guess what? We're getting pandas. We're getting cute and cuddly black and white pandas. Who gives a shit? Pandas. Oh. How long until those pandas are addicted to crack and they're accosting you as you come out of grocery stores? And they're taking a shit on the sidewalk just like everybody else. Mayor London Breed, the current mayor of San Francisco, is embarking on a high-profile diplomatic trip to China with a 30-person delegation. Her goal is to strengthen the city's international image and promote local tourism. So you have to go to China for that? You have to go to China for that. I figured you could boost local tourism, staying local. You're going to China to convince Chinese people to come visit San Francisco? I thought China already had San Francisco already had a pretty big Chinese population. You want more of them to come here? and you felt it was necessary for you to go there, strengthen the city's international image. Who gives a shit? Why is that important to the people of San Francisco? I don't understand that. Why is it important for the mayor to leave and go to a foreign country to strengthen the city's international image? Bitch, worry about your local image. The people who live there hate it. It's filthy and dangerous. Kind of like your butthole. What are you doing? And she's gonna have and here's another here's the racist part. There's a 7-Eleven, or there are some 7-Elevens in Chinatown, and she is going to be selling fortune cookies with her face on them there. So what if there was a fucking white mayor and he wanted to get the black vote? So he put his face on some 40 ounces or packs of Newports. What would they call that? Who gives a shit? Who cares? The left is doing it, so there's no consequence. Oh my goodness. Guys, we have a picture. Unraveling the mystery of San Francisco 7-Eleven stores selling onigiri. So they're not fortune cookies, excuse me, with the mayor's face on them. Oh, and they're not Chinese. I'm sorry, it's not Chinatown, because I'm going off of what my buddy told me. But read it here. We're going to read this article right here. This is fucking beautiful. You know why I can't make this shit up? Because I don't have to. I don't have to. The real shit is crazy enough. Oh boy. Uh-oh. You rotten son of a bitch, you. Here we go. Yes. Yes, queen. Yes. Bam. Unraveling the mystery of San Francisco 7-Eleven stores selling onigiri with the mayor's face on it. Yes, 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 yes. Look at that. Look at that. In case you didn't know, convenience store food in Japan is kind of a big deal, which is why plenty of American ears perked up at the news that 7-Eleven, the Japanese version, might be expanding its presence in the States. It's also likely why people of X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, got so excited about a thread announcing that a number of San Francisco 7-Eleven stores have started selling onigiri, the triangle-shaped rice balls sold at the convenience stores outlets in Asia. Hell yes. Mayor London Breed partnered with 7-Eleven on a new initiative to bring Japanese onigiri to convenience stores in San Francisco. Reads a thread from a user who posts under the name Who Gives a Shit. I'm beyond thrilled. The 6-part thread posted late on Thursday evening goes on to call out the specific stores where the user allegedly purchased the onigiri, lists the price at $2.89, includes what appear to be photos of the food item complete with San Francisco Mayor London Breed's face on them. The user says she was alerted about the promo deal via 7-Eleven's Instagram stories. Get the fuck out of here. That's so good. Yes. Can you believe this shit? All aboard the USS Pander. Wow. She put her face on a fucking snack. That's a really good San Francisco mayor. Woo! So San Francisco, don't worry. All right? The murders, the thefts, the assaults, the property damage, the filth. I've been to San Francisco. I've seen people smoking drugs out in the open. I've seen the human feces and broken glass on the ground. Who was I talking to? Oh, shout out to my man, Officer Kenny. He said that he took his woman, to San Francisco for a night on the town, and they were in a pretty nice area, and they come outside, and there were two gigantic puddles of dried blood. He said it like somebody got murdered amount of blood in the middle of the street. Well, of course. It's San Francisco. You mean nobody took a shit in the middle of those puddles of blood? That would have been a real San Francisco treat. Ew. Why are you putting your face on fucking snacks and going to China to bring panda bears back to San Francisco? I don't understand. It seems ridiculous because your city is falling apart. It's on fire. Like, I understand when you're a politician that you got to, kiss some babies and shake some hands and, curate some relationships and stuff like that. But when your city's on the brink of collapse, can't you tell these people, these world leaders and stuff, hey, I can't make it. No can do. Let's reschedule. Here's a rain check. I'll get back with you. I got to clean up my city first. I got to serve the people first. It just seems to me like you shouldn't have time to do that when your city is completely fucked. That doesn't make sense to me. But hey, when China calls, you better come a running. Oh, hello. Hello, Mayor London Breed. Hello, you dumbass. I need you to get on a plane to China. Bring your people. I want you to take something back to your city for me. No. I'm not going to actually send a panda bear with you, stupid. But what I want you to do is the same thing that Gavin Newsom did when he came over here. I want you to bend over so I can stick a couple bundles of fentanyl up your asshole. And you have big assholes, so you won't feel it. Oh, wow. Your asshole real big. We don't even need no lubricant. It go right in there. Why your asshole so big? And this was the same London Breed, mayor of San Fran shithole, who during the COVID lockdowns was at a Tony concert. And she had just got done telling people that when you're out and you're eating, you have your mask on because for some reason when you stand up, you need a mask, but when you sit down, you don't. But when you're eating, and I guess in San Francisco, you were supposed to have a mask on, but you need to take your mask down, put the food in your mouth, put your mask back up, masticate, pull your mask down, drink, put your mask up. That's what you were supposed to do. But she was at a Tony concert, and there's footage of her and her girl dancing. Yes, queen, getting it on. It never rains in Southern California, right? And they told her, hey, how come you're not pulling your mask down and blah, 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 all that stupid shit that you tell us to do? And she says, and I'm not bullshitting you, she says, I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to pull my mask down. I'm not doing that. You better do that, but I'm not doing that. And she's out at the concert. Again, your city is in the grips of a pandemic, and you have time to go to a fucking concert? How long has she been an adult? You do know as an adult, sometimes you got to skip the fun stuff and you have to postpone things that you want to do because there are things that you have to do. Is she going to be okay if she doesn't go to a concert or some gala or fly over to China to kiss Xi Jinping's turd cutter, to lick his chili ring? Maybe there are consequences for her not going and bowing at the altar of the communist leader of China. Maybe. You remember what Gavin Newsom did to the city of San Francisco where Xi Jinping Ping Ding Ding came to San Francisco. Homeless people gone, sidewalks clean, buildings painted. He renovated downtown and then put up fencing so the people of San Francisco couldn't get to the leader of China when he was in his motorcade. That was weird. So how come you can't clean up the... Nah, anyway, that's dumb. Who cares? But just know, San Francisco, all the high cost of living, the filth and the crime, put that on the back burner because you guys have some new roommates. You have cute and cuddly black and white pandas. Yay! You got stabbed by a homeless person in your back. What are you crying about? You have pandas. Yay! Pandas will make that stab wound not hurt so bad. Hey, insurance company, I just had all my windows smashed and my vehicle vandalized. Well, don't worry, customer. Don't you have pandas? That's right. Yay!
San Francisco Mayor London Breed, and I'm here in Beijing, China. And guess what, San Franciscans? I have some really exciting news.
No more shit on the ground?
Cute, cuddly, black and white beauties coming to our city. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome pandas to San Francisco.
Guys, she said pandas. Holy shit. But they care. They care. They care about you and they care about the environment. They want to make you go green, even though the state of California doesn't have the grid to take care of the fucking electricity it has now. But let's make everybody's car electric. Yay! And she cares so much about the environment that she went to one of the filthiest countries and one of the biggest pollutants of the planet. Yay! Guys, hey, San Franciscans, when you cut that fucking check that makes you cry because all of the zeros in it for your rent, just tell yourself, at least we have pandas. Son of a bitch. Something else. Simeon Merriweather says, this is anger blood out of my eyes. Yeah, and since it's San Francisco, it should come out of your ass too. Holy hell. San Franciscans! That's right, Dan. And the band played on. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Okay, so in case you guys aren't getting enough irony in your life, I have an irony supplement for you. I'm going to give you more irony than you can stand. You're about to OD. Let's see. Where is it? Don't worry. I'll find it. She said pandas. The fuck you doing in China, girl? Just fucking around, wasting your money. How much you think it costs to fly 31 people first class? Because you don't think they're flying coach, do you? Matter of fact, it's probably a private jet. How much do you think it costs to fly 30 people to China on a private jet? Food, lodging, transportation? You paying for all that shit. You think they're trying to save, you're trying to pinch some pennies, save the American taxpayer some money? Let's go here. It's pretty cheap. Let's go eat at McDonald's or something that's not too crazy. No. They're going places that have white napkins and caviar, champagne wishes, and caviar dreams. They are spending the shit out of your money. Oh, man. What are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do? Man, San Francisco, if you reelect that bitch, oh, my goodness. You ain't shit. And my mom would be very upset to hear me say ain't. She used to hate when we would say that. But you ain't shit, San Francisco, if you reelect that bitch. Her and a 30-person delegation. You have to bring 30 people with you? You think all 30 people were her staff? Do you think all 30 people were there in an official capacity? Hell no. Mom, you want to go? Cousin, you want to go? Brother, you want to go? Who wants to go to China? Who wants to go to China? Well, are you sure we should, doesn't that cost a lot of money? It don't matter. We're not paying for it. Those stupid ass taxpayers are paying for it. Well, won't they get mad? Don't they know that you're wasting their money? No. Look, when I get back, I'll bring them some pandas. They'll love that shit. You sure so they're not gonna be mad at you anymore if you bring them a couple of pandas? Yeah, they're fucking stupid. They're stupid. They'll take it. Trust me. You sure? Yeah, trust me. Oh, here it is. How did I not see that the first time? So, so there's this filthy gargoyle named Megan the Stallion. And that's how stupid she is that she names herself a stallion when that's clearly a male horse. But maybe she is too. Maybe she went to the Mike Obama school of taping your dick to your thigh and she's a dude. I don't know. But, oh, hold on. Authentically Kennedy dropping some panda-based knowledge on this. She says $2 million investment to get the panda from China. Then you have to pay $1 million every year in rent for a fucking panda. San Francisco paying $1 million in rent to China every year for a panda. That is ridiculous. But you know what, Kennedy? It's not as bad as we think because London Breed is going to pay for that panda out of her own. I'm just kidding. San Francisco, you're paying for two stupid ass bears to sit there and eat bamboo all day. Because that's what you need in San Francisco is another $1 million a month to pay for two dumbass animals to roll around in their own shit and eat bamboo. Did they ask you about that? Did you vote on that? Did they get your permission? No. Where do you think that $1 million came from? What do you think they could have done with that $1 million instead of spending it on two dumb ass bears? I don't know, hire more cops, train the cops better. Stupid shit. I shouldn't even say that. That's so dumb. Why would they do that? But anyway, Megan the Stallion, with or without a dick, we don't know. But we do know that she is a negress. She is a black woman. Yes, queen. Black girl magic. She is a black woman, and she is receiving an award from Planned Parenthood. I didn't even know Planned Parenthood had an awards ceremony or system. I didn't know that. What do you get? What do you get? The award for most abortions in a year? Is there an award from Planned Parenthood called I got my baby's brain sucked out? I don't know. But she got one, and she is happy about it. And of course, she is espousing the bullshit lies of sexual and reproductive health care. How is it health care when one of the patients is guaranteed to die? And another good point from Kennedy, she says, I wonder how much it costs to import bamboo. Because pandas just can't eat any bamboo. They can't eat bamboo from here or there or anywhere. It has to be a specific kind in the fucking mountains of China where they live. So I'm assuming that $1 million is only for the two stupid pandas. You still have to bring their food. You have to take care of them. Some nerd at the zoo has to go and stick their finger in their ass to take their temperature or something. Anyway, from one animal to another. Alien Testosterone, what's up, man? Megan Thee Stallion is receiving an award from Planned Parenthood. She is a Black woman, the group that is 3.5% of the population, yet they account for 42% of the abortions in this country. And if you are in the state of Mississippi, 80% of the abortions in the state of Mississippi are performed on Black queens. And Planned Parenthood was started by a woman named Margaret Sanger. And she says, we don't want to get the word out that we want to destroy the Negro population. Planned Parenthood was started to kill Black babies. Fast forward to 2024, and you got a Black bitch who's receiving awards for them, encouraging Black women to kill more Black babies. And there is your dose of irony for the day. 1,000 milligrams up your fucking ass. Megan, you disgusting, wretched piece of flesh. Let us hear what is coming out of that hole under your nose. Oy.
To do my part and use my platform to break down barriers and empower women all around the world. We need to create communities where women can receive sexual and reproductive health care with love, respect, and compassion that they deserve.
Love, respect, and compassion. Oh, such a noble deed to have that little tiny baby inside of you murked.
I promise to continue to do my part and use my platform to break down barriers and empower women all around the world.
Oh, you're laughing. Megan Thee Stallion, that pisses me off every time I see it, accepts the Catalyst of Change Award at the 2024 Planned Parenthood Gala. Oh, what an event. What a red carpet. That gives new meaning to the term red carpet. One more time, bitch.
We need to create communities where women can receive sexual and reproductive health care with the love, respect, and compassion that they deserve. I promise to continue to do my part and use my platform to break down barriers and empower women all around the world.
It's empowerment, ladies. Are you feeling down? Are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling that you have no power? Do you need to be empowered? Well, we have a solution for you. Find a guy, let him get on top or behind you and go, all up inside your crevice. Wait 2 weeks or 3, or if you're in a Democrat shithole, you can wait 9 months. Either way, go into that Planned Parenthood and say, hey, get this thing out of me. And when they take the forceps and the scalpel and they cut that baby into pieces and take it out of your vagina, or they stick a hose in the back of its head and suck its brains out, you will feel empowered. No? That's not how it goes? Oh, that's right. The reality of it is that will stay with you forever and haunt you until the day you die. You will never stop thinking about it. There will be a hole in your heart and you will be permanently sad. And when 1 year goes by, oh, they'd be a year old, they'd be 5 years old, they'd be starting elementary school, they'd be graduating from elementary school, they'd be going to junior high, they'd be graduating from junior high, graduating from high school, they'd probably be getting married. That doesn't go anywhere. but you will feel empowered. How crazy is that? 3.5% of the population, 42% of the abortion, tens of millions of black babies murdered since 1973's Roe v. Wade. And you have black women telling other black women to kill that fucking thing. It's an inconvenience. Hot girl summer. You don't want stretch marks. Ugh, I want to go party. Disgusting. Let's see. Planned Parenthood 2024 Gala guest list. See, we can find out who was there. Oh, sex education. That's what Planned Parenthood does. Sex ed. They hand out condoms and talk to kids about having sex. Right? That's all they do. Murdering babies is not the bulk of their organization. Hillary was there. Chuck Schumer. Christy Teigen. Oh, wasn't she that lady who tweeted to a 16-year-old girl that she should kill herself? Guys, amazing event. How amazing. This is amazing. Fun is that? Don't you guys want to go get dressed up and join in the sick ritual of celebrating fetal sacrifice? Wow. Look at this. I want to show you guys something. You guys want to see a cool picture? Because I sure want to show you a cool picture. Look at this. This is a room full of demons who are together to celebrate killing babies. Look how fancy. Where did Planned Parenthood get the money to put on an event like this? Hundreds of people in tuxedos, suits, tuxedos, gowns, and dresses. And there's Megan Thee Stallion accepting her award to empower women all around the world. That's so fucking cool, guys. Like yeah, kill that stupid thing. What the fuck is this? What in the hell is this? What are those? What are these things? What the fuck are those? The second of its kind, the gala celebrates the work of the organization while honoring particularly devoted advocates, hosting an auction to raise funds for annual operating costs because those scalpels and vacuums aren't going to buy themselves, and rounding out with an after party, hey, featuring host Patia of Patia's Fantasy World and DJs including Boston Cherry and River Moon. Is that who these freaks are? What is this big old refrigerator Perry looking son of a bitch right here in that lace slip? Ew. You got to have an after party, y'all. Fun don't stop here. We're not going to stop celebrating the murder of these children here. We got to get our party on. Hey ho. What the fuck were those things? What were those? Ew. I feel dirty. I got to take a shower after this live stream. Now, of course, you wouldn't do this because you're good people. You're law-abiding citizens, but in another dimension, when you want to do this to all of their faces, damn. Maybe a little bit of this, huh? Just saying. Wow. That was nasty. That was filthy nasty. It's empowering, though. Don't you feel good after you do that? And after you get it, after you kill your baby, you can go to San Francisco and look at the pandas, huh? The weekend isn't lost. We can still have a good time, eh? But what about this verse? Thank you very much. Hackers should force all monitors of Planned Parenthood to play raw abortions for patients to view in the waiting rooms. Yes, the reality of what you're about to do. And then after you show the footage of it, you should have a bunch of interviews with women who got them and fucking regret it. Who wish they never did that. Which I'm thinking would be all of them, except for maybe a couple sociopaths. But I'm pretty much thinking that, yeah, about 100% of those women regret what they did. And they always say they always got to take it to the extreme. Jericho, what about rape and incest? Well, fortunately, that's extremely rare. But even in those cases, why is the baby being punished for the actions of a monster? What do you know? You're just a person in this country. You are just a citizen in America. Your opinion means nothing. But here's some good news. The district attorney of Alameda, she is up for potential recall because there's this little city called Oakland that's in Alameda County, and it's kind of falling apart. So that's cool. Maybe she'll get recalled, and Oakland may have a chance to survive. Maybe. So that's good. I cannot believe these people. What do you guys think? Talk to me. Talk to me, Goose. Trying to find some real silly shit here that I saw. It is so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh boy. Hopefully I can find. Oh, here it is. Bam. You guys want to hear some ridiculous race-based nonsense? When you hear people say what this woman is about to say, you just question how they got like this and how stupid are you? And do you really, I mean, they obviously believe it, but do you hear yourself? Do you hear how ridiculous this is? And you know, like you get one of those test strips and you dip it into a water or something, check the pH level. Like if you dipped it into a fluid sample from these people, like how infected are they? So here you go. This is a young lady. Actually, she's a young lady of color. So like you guys have to listen and believe everything she says and respect her and validate her. And like if you don't look directly in her eyes while she's talking, you are racist.
Anxiety is an environmental justice issue that disproportionately impacts Black youth. Let's talk about it. According to the American Psychological Association, eco-anxiety is defined as a chronic fear of environmental doom. And that may include feelings of worry, guilt, shame, despair, and even hope. However, just as the climate crisis doesn't impact people and communities the same, neither does eco-anxiety. When we fully understand the relationship between social determinants of mental health and
eco-anxiety. How much of a pussy are you to have eco-anxiety? Look over here on the wall. Got the afro. Yes, queen.
climate change, we begin to understand that the nature of a person's eco-anxiety is also informed by systemic factors that exacerbate the ways that it's felt and addressed. Communities of color, and particularly Black ones, are more vulnerable than white ones to sea level rise, wildfire, and heat waves linked to climate change. Black youth are more likely to reside in hotter regions that trap and radiate heat, have the highest asthma rates in the country, and are increasingly more likely to experience mental health illness, all while having fewer avenues to really access often life-saving resources, whether it be access to affordable healthcare or access to green space like tree canopy cover that can help mitigate extreme heat. When we couple contributing factors to mental health like poverty rates and white supremacy with generally worse exposure to environmental hazards and the climate crisis, we begin to understand how a racialized difference in eco-anxiety can emerge. And yet, in the midst of all of these disparities, Black youth continue to be sidelined and decentered in mainstream conversations around eco-anxiety, which really distinguishes this whole conversation as an environmental injustice. Because for Black youth, eco-anxiety isn't just a fear of having children in a climate future, it's also coupled with the fear of having children in an anti-Black world, period. In a world already failing to address a Black maternal health crisis, let alone a climate crisis. Eco-anxiety is
Whoa, that was a lot of fucking dribble. What was that? And guys, it's genius. Whoever's pushing this agenda and this narrative, it's genius. Because who better to push this absolute nonsense, this SJW race-based nonsense, than a messenger that you are not allowed to question? It's brilliant. You have a stupid fucking message that you want to push on the populace. Have it pushed by somebody you can't question. Wow. Eco-anxiety. So Black youth are more likely to live in areas where the heat is trapped somehow, and they have less trees to combat the high temperatures. So what about poor white people who live in these areas who are also poor? Does their white skin block the climate? Like, I don't even know. How does that work? Because it's only Black people, communities of color, but even more so Black folks. And then she says you couple white supremacy with that. I'm not sure where white supremacy plays into it. Because you guys know that I moved going on 2.5 years ago up to the Sacramento area. And like, I was able to rent a U-Haul truck, pack our belongings, drive up here, unpack our belongings, and then make a life here. We registered our kids in school. We met our neighbors. We made friends. And like, nobody stopped me. So if these areas are as bad as they say for the reasons they say, then why, and they're depressed about it and shit, why wouldn't you move to a nicer area? You're allowed to. There's no white people standing at the edge of your part of town like, get back in there, boy. Yeah. You can't leave here. It's where you niggers stay. So you're free to go where you want. Or let's say you can't afford to move, because it does cost money to move. It costs money to get the truck and say, like I said, and rent a moving truck or something like that. Maybe you don't have friends with pickup trucks and you're moving too far, whatever. Maybe you don't have the money to move, whatever shape that takes, you ain't got it. What you can do is if the white overseers allow you to sneak past them and get out of your shitty part of town, what you can do is go to a hardware store or a Home Depot or something, and you have these sections, whether it's Ace or it's a small one, a mom and pop, or a big one like Lowe's or Home Depot. They have this thing called a gardening section. Stay with me. And in the gardening section, they have plants and a million different trees. You want fruit trees, you want shade trees, you want short trees, you want tall trees, you want bushy trees. There's trees for all different things. Are you trying to be a privacy trees? What do you want? What you could do is get some trees and then plant them in your climate change ridden neighborhoods, and then that will alleviate some of that heat that you're feeling and depression you're feeling from your surroundings. You could do that. You could plant some trees. Or maybe maybe I'm too much of a coon, and they tried doing that, but at night these white people would rip their trees out of the ground. No trees for you, boy. Is that what happened? Oscar Gonzalez, why did you get pled? I was trying to make a point. We were chugging along just fine, and then Oscar says, "We've got Bush." That's not the right time for that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dumbass, but I figured if that's the case, move or plant some trees. And there are trees also that grow pretty fast. So you can get a tree that's already like 3-4 feet tall, 5 feet tall, and then you give it water and shit, and then they grow pretty fast. No? All right. And mental health, climate change, they just make shit up. They just stick their hands in that bag, like a Scrabble game, and just pull out a bunch of letters and just make it up. It don't have to be fucking real. It doesn't have to be based in facts or science. Just make that shit up. Diesel, that's right. He said chia pet tree. You seen the commercial? Chia. Those grow in like 30 seconds. Why don't you just put a bunch of chia pets out there? I don't know. If situations are so dire and it's an existential threat, do something. Get some plants out there. Broman dude says, my parents made us dig 70 holes for a tree hedge line as kids. Well, your parents were racist. Your parents should have had you go into the inner city where the kids of color, where the KOCs live, and you should have put those trees there. That's what you should have done. But no, your racist parents had you put it on your own property so you could enjoy them. Why didn't you put them where they're needed most, where it helps people of color, youth of color who are depressed because there aren't enough trees? But then again, wouldn't trees trigger PTSD in Black people? Because, I don't know. I'm done with these people. I'm done. It's too much. It's too fucking much. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do over here? Huh? But I do want to look into that guy who set himself ablaze outside of Trump's trial. Let's see if we can get some footage on that. That should be pretty easy. That should be pretty sleazy. Hey, but before we get to that, let's listen to Sloppy Joe complain about all the signs that he sees saying fuck Joe Biden and little kids flipping him off. We need more of this.
I never thought I'd see a sign when I'm going through a neighborhood or a rural town in the West, to see big signs that have a Trump sign in the middle that says F Biden, and having a little kid standing with his middle finger, 7 years old, 8 years old. Well, I promise it happens all the time.
Yeah. Hey, a little 7 or 8-year-old kid, I got somewhere I'd like you to put that little finger.
I never thought I'd see a time when I'm going through a neighborhood or a rural town in the West or something and see big signs that have a Trump sign.
Look at this little boy right here. He's like, get me the fuck out of here. Mommy, daddy, why'd you put me up here?
Middle it says F Biden, and having a little kid standing with his middle finger, 7 years old, 8 years old. Well, I promise it happens all the time.
Good. I'm glad he sees that. I thought the whole time he's driving in the Secret Service vehicle, he's sleeping or eating applesauce. But I'm glad that he saw that. I'm glad he sees that. I'm glad he sees the signs that say "fuck you," and I'm glad he sees the little kids going like this. Because I don't let my kids cuss. I don't let my kids make gestures like that. But if we were standing on the side of the road and Sloppy Joe's motorcade was coming through, I'd look at him like, Junior, let him have it. Really, Dad? Yeah, really. Here, I'll do it too. That's beautiful. I love it. Good. You need to be flipped off, you bastard. So let's see the footage of this guy setting himself on fire. It's getting hot in here. What
do you say? We also are seeing an active shooter. An active shooter is in the park outside the court. We have a man who he has set fire to himself. A man has emblazoned himself outside of the courthouse just now. Our cameras are turning right now. A man has now lit himself on fire outside of the courthouse in Manhattan, where we are waiting his history to be made. A full jury panel is gone. We are watching a man who is fully emblazoned in the front of the courthouse today. We are watching multiple fires breaking out around his body and person. We have seen an arm that has been visible, that has been engulfed in total flames. There is chaos that is happening. People are wondering right now if people are in danger. I'm looking across the courtyard. There is a man racing to his aid. There's coats coming off to try to put out the fire. We have
get the camera off of her.
Members of security details. NYPD is rushing to the scene. They are trying to come now. Officers are on the scene. A fire extinguisher is right now present, being put on this man to try to put out. People are climbing over barricades to try to separate the public, to put out the flame on this man. He has lit himself out.
This cameraman is fired. Why do you have it on her?
Fire in front of the courthouse right now. We are watching as they're playing. We can smell the air. I can smell the burning of some sort of a flesh. I can smell the burning of some sort of agent being used as well as an accelerant to put that fire. I smell an actual fire extinguisher having been displayed. I see a person whose body appears to be on the ground being surrounded by officers.
Okay, I didn't click on this to see her dumbass. Why would you put it on her? She's obviously doing the commentary, so put the camera on the dude on fire. What the fuck? Yeah, that's right, careless. Hold on. This DEI woman is in over her head. Yeah, she was saying all kinds of crazy shit. Somebody should have ran over there and with some coleslaw. But you're a dumbass. What are you doing? Why are you setting yourself on fire outside of the courtroom? That's just stupid. What dumbass. Like Lonnie Mitchell, thank you. She says Dementia Joe just mad because he couldn't sniff that kid's finger. Hey, bring that middle finger. You want to make these fingers real stinky? Yeah. Somebody asked, did he live? Let me see if I can find. Sure, we can find something about it, right? see, man, fire Trump. I bet he was in there like, what the fuck? You know, they're somehow going to tie this to him, blame this on him. You made America like that. You made this guy think he needed to burn himself. Stupid ass. Okay, so this looks like Chief Jeffrey Madry, New York Police Department. Hey, look at that. Police department with a male chief. You don't see that very often. All right. Hold on, Careless. I'll get to your super duper. Just a second. All right, here we go. Let's check in with this fool.
Here in Collect Pond Park, which is directly opposite of a court at 100 Center Street, where the trial of former President Trump is currently taking place. We observe a male walk into the park. He walks to the center of the park. He starts shuffling around his clothes. He opens up a book bag. From the book bag, he takes numerous pieces of papers, pamphlets out. He throws the pamphlets throughout the park, and then he pulls out a canister and pours some kind of liquid on himself.
You know, it was
we
gas.
believe is an accelerant, and he lights himself on fire. The male, he takes a couple of steps while he's on fire, and then eventually falls onto a police barrier and falls down to the ground. Civilians, court officers, members of the police department, they run into the park. They make efforts to put him out. They use their coats. They use fire extinguishers. Eventually, FDNY responds. We're able to put the male, extinguish the fire. And from that point, we remove him to a Cornell burn unit.
Oh, damn, he lived? Oh, shit, man. You roasted yourself and you lived? Holy hell. So now they're probably, I mean, if he didn't torch his vocal cords and he's able to speak, they're going to be able to stick a fucking microphone in this dude's face. Oh, I hated Trump. Yeah, bro, man, dude, he said burns are no joke. No, man, it's terrible. He fucked himself up. He's probably burnt on 100% of his body. His clothes were melted to him. The fire extinguisher chemicals on his skin. Yeah, this dude's in for a world of hurt. Oh, yeah, he's fucked up. What an idiot. Careless, thank you, man. He says, JG, I have my first kid loading. She is due in June. I will teach her to give Slopper Joe the middle finger, both middle fingers. And congratulations, man. Congratulations. You are about to join the fraternity of fathers. Your view on the world will change as soon as you look into her little face. You will look at things going on in the world differently. You will look at the future differently because this is the world you're going to leave to her. And, you know, any subsequent siblings you may create for her to grow up with. So that's great, man. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. That's what we need, more intelligent, conservative-minded Americans to create little, tiny, conservative Americans. Congratulations. Happy for you, man. Everybody congratulate Careless. That's a wonderful thing, man. Shante says no more eyebrows for him. I think that's the least of his worries. I think it's no more skin for him. That, oh man, that dude is fucked. What a dumbass. Yeah, none the miser, he did it to himself. What an idiot. I was hoping he would die. But man, they saved you? Son of a bitch. He's probably trying to say, no, let me burn. Nope. Too many good Samaritans around, buddy. You get to stick around for a life of pain and anguish. Oh, shit. It's only just begun. R.I.P. Carl Weathers. Remember when he was singing that song in Happy Gilmore? It's only just begun, buddy. Holy hell. So pretty soon, we're going to find out who he is. You know, any social media posts and blah, 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 all that other kind of shit. You know, we're going to find out everything about him. We're going to get a picture. And probably before the end of the day, they'll have pictures of him. Was he some kind of Trump-hating nut job? We'll know all of that. Alien Testosterone says never go full Darth Vader. He went full retard on that one. Oh shit, Chrome, are you serious? He says they're making a new Happy Gilmore movie. Man, look. Even if it's not jam-packed with woke nonsense, and I hope it's not. Why? Why are you making another Happy Gilmore fucking 20-some years later? For what? 30 years later. Or what? Maybe about what? 28 years? Why are you doing that? Stop. I'm not watching that shit. I'm not doing it. Just like I didn't watch Joe Dirt 2. I did make the mistake of watching Coming to America 2, but I kind of knew that was going to be a pile of sloppy, hot bullshit, and it did not disappoint. But man, I hope I'm not watching that shit. No way. You can't remake or even reboot, make a sequel to Happy Gilmore. What? You can't. Stop. And you know, something else I was watching. So, what's his name? The Rock. He had that show a few years back called Ballers. So I was looking, it came on Netflix. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And it has 5 seasons. So I'm into it. Season 1, 2, 3. It's cool. It's about, you know, he's a sports agent. So, you know, the athletes and the shit they get into and their agents, how they got to put out fires and the money and all that stuff and the houses and the cars. It was a cool show. And then season 4, they started getting woke. And you could tell what year season 4 was because one of the characters was like, he was wearing a t-shirt that says, third term for Obama. He's not my president. They started talking about Kaepernick. I was like, why the fuck are you guys doing this? Oh, a bunch of old white men and kids of color, inner city. I'm like, why are you fucking dousing? Speaking of a dude setting himself on fire. But why are you dousing and soaking the show in woke bullshit? Why? The first 3 seasons are great. Just talk about sports agent shit. You know, Ballers, what the name of the show is. Nope. Every other line was old white men and blah, blah, and racism. And they don't want you here. You're too brown. I was like, man, fuck this. I'm not watching season 5, and I'm not finishing season 4. You son of a bitch. Kayla Neve. Oh, man. I used to know when I used to work at Sherwin-Williams, there was this customer named Leneve. He was a fucking prick. I'm sure you're not, but that just reminded me of that. That's an uncommon last name. But Kayla Neve, she says, I never knew 80s and 90s were cinema gold. Every single thing from that time is being made over. Oh, it's sad. It's like creativity is dead. Why? You know Adam Sandler don't need the damn money. Did Diddy have some pictures of him too? And they're forcing him to do it? Man, that's going to be fucking trash. Happy Gilmore was cinematic perfection. That movie was hilarious. Can I trouble you for a warm glass of milk? It helps me to go to sleep. No, but you can trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep or I will put you to sleep. Check the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma. And they are going to shit all over our memories. Simeon Merriweather. Thank you, good sir. Hollyweird. Why are you guys doing this? Why are you making subpar dog shit? And if you do, if you must remake something, or not even so much of a remake, you look at Maverick, the sequel to Top Gun. They did that well. But part of what they did was they just copy and pasted. What was in that movie? Action, patriotism, boom, let's do that. No bullshit, no agenda, no fucking some Ku Klux trans member or patriarchy or racism, people of color, none of that. That's why it stayed in the movie theaters for like 6 months. If you're going to do an action movie, just go back to the golden era of action movies. Okay, titties, one-liners, violence, got it. Do that. Success. Bam. Start printing your money. Nope. We have to be activists. We got to have a message. Okay, motherfucker. Yeah, Jeff Blackheart 83. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No. Shoot him McGavin. Said, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No. Happy, what the hell are you doing? Looking for the other half of this bottle. There's some here, some over here, some right there. Brad Armstrong says, Jericho, make that movie. It would be so easy, right? We know what we like from those action movies from the 80s and 90s. Strip club scene, gratuitous violence, and some cold-ass one-liners. Oh, and of course, the main character has to have a really cool muscle car. But in my movie, he wouldn't fuck it up. Right? Why do they always do that? The list goes on and on of movies where the main character had a cool-ass muscle car and they end up destroying it. Kaylin Eve says, was the Ben Stiller scene the funniest scene from Happy Gilmore? It's up there. It's got to be up there with I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. The Bob Barker scene where he says, the price is wrong, bitch. That scene was pretty funny. And then, of course, Chubbs. Yeah, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. Get off of me, man. It's up there, though. It really is. And when she said, oh, can I take a break? My hand hurts. Oh, yeah? Well, now your back's going to hurt because you just pulled 4 hours of landscaping duty. Anybody else's hands hurt? He was running a sweatshop. Oh, man. Love those movies. And they're going to take all of those movies. They're going to take, oh, hell yeah, Kenneth Jackson. Come on. Do I remember Passenger 57? Always bet on black. They're going to take all of our memories of these movies that we grew up with loving. The movies that we want to show our children and look at them and see the happiness and joy come over their face as they're transported to a land of make-believe. They're going to take all of those memories of those great movies that we all quote to each other, all those great memories, they're going to take them and they're going to print them on a roll of toilet paper. And then they're just going to take their frothy, disgusting kale and soy milk-based shits, and they're going to wipe their distended asses with all of our wonderful memories. That's what they do. I don't know what audience they're catering to when they do that, but they're going to do that. Leilani Mitchell, Carl Weathers was so handsome. Hey, check him out in Action Jackson. They marketed that movie so wrong. That should have been a franchise. Jet Blackheart 83 says The Last Boy Scout. Oh, yeah, the head or the gut. Where do you want it? The head or the gut? The gut. Boom. Oh, that was the shit. Halle Berry was in that. She got fucked up, though. Brad Armstrong, excuse me, Brad Johnson. Brad Armstrong says, Jericho, would you call yourself a movie buff? I would call myself a movie buff of a certain kind of movies. Not across the board, a little bit of everything. I mean, I guess to a certain extent, but definitely action movies, comedies from the 80s and 90s and shit like that. Mostly the 90s with the comedies and stuff because I was a teenager then. So Happy Gilmore, all those movies came out. Don't Be a Menace to South Central or Drinking Juice in the Hood. All those movies came out when I was a teenager. Yeah, Dan, the original Predator. Dylan, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. So you cooked up this story and threw us in the meat grinder. Yeah, that movie is amazing. Again, look at Predator. Perfect. Muscles, guns, violence. Did they have titties in that one? I don't know if they had titties in that one because they were in the jungle. But titties wouldn't have hurt. Billy. Fucking love it. Knock, knock. Fuck yeah, man. Oh, Kenneth Jackson, he says, Jericho, my favorite movie of all time is Barry Gordy's Last Dragon. That's one of my favorite movies as a kid. I've probably seen it 100 times easily. I can quote the entire movie. My kids hate to watch it with me for that very reason. that's part of my name, Jericho Green. I took Jericho Jackson from Action Jackson and Leroy Green from The Last Dragon. Jericho Green, bam. A little behind the scenes. But yeah, man, that movie was amazing. It's kind of corny now when I watch it as an adult, but as a kid, that's why I always say, I'll show you. I'll show you. That's where I got that from. When they're showing him that it's when he sees the master, he finds out it's a fortune cookie machine. I'll show you. I'll show you. Sure looked like a master to me. Rex Rocker says, my favorite Raiders of the Lost Ark masterpiece. Raiders of the Lost Ark was amazing, especially when they open the grail and that crazy ass German dude's face melts off. Love it. But my favorite Indiana Jones movie is Temple of Doom. Again, that's the first one I saw when I was a little kid, and that was Karima Shakti Day. I do that to my son all the time. Act like I'm gonna pull his heart out. He thinks it's hilarious. Smokey and the Bandit, yeah. Load it up and truck it. We gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I love that movie too. What's your 20, Bandit? Fucking Jackie Gleason. He told his son, Junior. Junior was so fucking stupid. He said, when I get home, I'm going to punch your mama in the mouth. There is no way that you came from my loins. That was another classic. Watch them remake that, fuck it up. And they'll have a woman driving the car. And Smokey or Bandit will be sitting in the passenger seat being the passenger princess. Actually, the map says go here. Shut up, you stupid man. Patriarchy. Oh, fuck that up. Paytar, Leroy, you warmed up yet? Oh, that was the coldest part too, where he's pushing the doors open. He had the glow. Who is the master? I am. What? I am. Let me go. Let me go. Don't get me started on that movie. Don't get me started. Yeah, Boss Hog, that was Dukes of Hazzard. I did see that. Leilani, where Molly Ringwald said her movies were too white. Yeah, they weren't too white when you were cashing those checks, bitch. When you're doing all the cocaine you bought with it and going to the red carpets, hanging out with the Brat Pack. They weren't too white then. Shut up. Like James Cameron, he came out and said that, what was it? Was it Terminator? Or no, I think he was talking about all his movies. They were too toxic. Yeah, until you became 100 million or a billionaire, you piece of shit. Brad Armstrong, he says, Bandit will be sucking his thumb in the backseat of the car. Yeah, he'll be sucking one thumb and his other thumb will be up his ass. Blazing Saddles, come on, Eric. Blazing Saddles? I remember watching that with my dad. I didn't quite get all the jokes yet. My dad was cracking up. But of course I watched it when I got older. But come on, man. That movie should be in the Smithsonian. Afternoon. Howdy, man. Up yours, nigger. When Gene Wilder, aka the Waco Kid, was hanging upside down, he's like, all hungover. He says, the sheriff goes, are we awake? He says, are we black? So yeah, we're awake. Hush, Harriet, you're gonna get him killed. Don't move or the nigga gets it. Love it. Here we go. Where all the white women at? Hey, boys, look what I got here. Where all the white women at? Shit, that movie's amazing. And what made it so good, it's just like, I think that's probably where it has to be. It has to have some influence over South Park, because Blazing Saddles was so funny because everybody got it. Everybody got hit with the comedy bullets from that gun. Everybody. It's like South Park. Everybody gets made fun of. That's why it's been around since 1997. But Blazing Saddles, even he said, when they were building the fake town because they were coming in to take over Rock Ridge. He said, hey, man, you got to hide these people. And he's all, we'll take the niggers and the chinks, but not the Irish. Oh, prairie shit. Come on. And they let Sheriff Bart and the other guy sink with hand. He was sinking in quicksand. They threw the rope, and he thought they were going to throw the rope to them to save the two slaves, and they threw it around the hand cart. He goes, "Whew, we almost lost a $400 hand cart." And he takes a shovel and hits him over the head. Send a telegram. Tell him I said, "Ow!" When he hits him in the head, tell him I said, "Ow." Got it. And when I was a kid, my favorite part was the scene around the campfire when everybody's eating beans and farting. They used to have me crying. Still have that childlike sense of humor. Farts are funny. Mental medalist wife. Yeah, John Wayne will definitely be gay. Well, let's see how much of that dick you can fit in there, Pilgrim. Be disgusting. And the women, you're racist, and you're toxic, and you're toxic masculinity, blah, 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 blah. Oh, oh my God. Candygram for Mongo. Candygram for Mongo. Me, Mongo. He was actually, I can't remember his name, but he was a football player for the Raiders, I think. Oh, Clint Eastwood, greatest Western actor, period. I know John Wayne, the Duke. Clint Eastwood's the man, hands down. Forget it. I don't want to hear it. Bro, man, dude, that's a good idea. Blazing Saddles watch along, or what they call it, a watch party. That would be funny. Jamie, I didn't do one on Heartbreak Ridge. I don't think I've ever seen it. Well, hold on. Is that the one where he's like an older master sergeant or something? He has these young whippersnappers as recruits? If so, I saw it a long time ago. Dan says the remake of True Grit ruined the ending, plus Jeff Bridges isn't John Wayne. No, he's not, but I still think they did a pretty good job on that. I think, yeah, Jamie, I have seen that. I think they did a pretty good job on that remake. I will say. But that came out, what? True Grit? That was like earlier in the 2000s. That was before everything got stupid. Yeah, 2010. So we're looking at 14 years ago. That was right before shit went stupid. None of the Miser, Mario Van Peebles. Yeah, he was a shit. Remember he had that TV show called Sunny Spoon? It's come on NBC. I remember, how long was that on? It was only on for a few seasons. But yeah, that was a shit. Brad Armstrong says the progressive captain always took Dirty Harry's badge. Yes, but he was always portrayed as a bitch. Like he wasn't a bad guy, but nobody liked him. Because Dirty Harry was trying to do his thing and clean up the streets of San Francisco, and that guy was a pussy. But at least they portrayed him that way. And now they would portray him as, you know, he's right and Dirty Harry's wrong. And at the end of the movie, Dirty Harry would see the error in his ways and start giving the criminals hand jobs instead of arresting them. He'd be like, go ahead, make my day. Gross. Gross. Lactanin, I'll be a Huckleberry. Imagine how they would fuck that movie up. Just imagine how they fuck up Tombstone. Tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me. You know, one of my favorite parts from the part I used to rewind all the time when I watched Tombstone is when it's like the montage where they're starting to take out the Red Sash gang, and they ride up, alongside this dude on a horse, and he takes the butt of his shotgun and just fucking shatters this dude's face, and all this blood comes out of his mouth and shit out. I used to always rewind that part because it was so savage. I was like, they just smashed this dude's face with the butt of a double barrel shotgun. I was like, holy shit. I used to love that part. They were like, yeehaw, bam. Oh, Jet says, I heard it was, I'll be your hucklebearer. That makes sense. You know, one of those things where we all think it's one thing, but actually it's something else. One of the good things about the internet where you can clarify some shit like that. Dude, Johnny Ringo was scared too when he saw it wasn't the sheriff. When he saw it wasn't Wyatt Earp, he was scared as fuck. He's like, I got no problem with you, Lunger. He says, yeah, you do, bitch. This time it's official. Boom! Shot that fool right in his forehead. Bro, man, dude, don't even say that. He says Forrest Gump too when he realizes little Forrest isn't his. You know what? I was going back and forth with my wife about that the other day. I was like, I know I'm right. Of course, she's taking Jenny's side, where she loved him and she finally realized she loved him, so she came back, and I was like, fuck that. Forrest wanted you back in the day when you pulled your titties out, and he's like, ugh, and he nutted on himself. He's wanted you since the 60s, but you decided to go off and be a slut for the rest of the world. And now that you got AIDS, and not the new AIDS that Magic Johnson can live with, where you just take a pill every day, like the blood in your handkerchief, Freddie Mercury AIDS. She had AIDS, and now you want to come back? Now you want Forrest Gump when he can't even hit it because you got AIDS. And you bring that little crumb snatcher up in here. You know he didn't make that kid. You don't even know who made that kid. Man. And she just wouldn't see it my way. Damn it, woman. I certainly wouldn't see it hers. Fuck you, Jenny, if you're watching. Fuck you, Jenny. You go around the world banging every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And another thing, you come back after Forrest has built a multi-million-dollar shrimping empire. You didn't want him when he was a soldier. You didn't want him when he was a standout at the University of, was it Alabama? You didn't want him when he was a war hero. Ow, something bit me. You didn't want him then, but now that he's a millionaire and you're looking, you got AIDS, now you want to come back? Fuck you, Jenny. Fuck that. Sweet Mama G, AIDS. That was another one, Team America World Police. That was a fucking funny-ass movie. America, fuck yeah. Man, get the fuck out of here. Forrest Gump had bank. Now you want to come back? Oh, take me back, Forrest, even though I look like a POW and I'm going to die in 6 months. Anyway, I'm leaving it there. Now you got me all pissed off. Now I'm going to reignite the argument with my wife when I go in the house. I will win. J&A had the AIDS. Forrest did all that shit. Loved you. Forrest was a good dude. Remember, was it Lieutenant Dan he saw on the pier and he just jumped off the boat? The boat kept going. He was a good dude, man. He was a war hero. He was a businessman. And he loved you from day one. Is this seat taken? Oh, no, this seat's taken. You had to go sit by Jedi. You broke your leg braces. That's when he loved you, woman. And you come back all sick and shit. Man. Frank Marin, he says, Jericho, did you hear? I think that's what you meant to put. Did you hear the lawmakers ban TikTok and China can go fuck themselves? Did they ban it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Mental medalist wife. And he was a ping pong champion. He beat the Chinese people. Fuck you, Jeff. Forrest, I'm ready to come back, even though you can't touch my fucking vagina because it's infected with AIDS. Forrest can't even hit it. He can't even hit it. Bill that could ban TikTok has been attached to the House Foreign Aid package because, of course, we haven't given Ukraine enough money. Here's another $60 billion up your nose, Zelensky. Here's another $60 billion so you guys can keep your boutiques and your pierogi shops open and your nightclubs. You guys seen the footage of the fucking young people having fun in Ukraine? If you motherfuckers if you don't all have a rifle in your hand fighting the Russians, then you don't need our money. We're not paying for you to overdose on ecstasy in the bathroom. Fucking assholes. $60 billion. And then don't worry, America, you're going to get the crumbs. After Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan get their money, then you get the crumbs, America. You ever eaten something, you got crumbs on your shirt? America, stick your hand out. That's what you get. Crumbs, nothing. Fuck your border. Israel's border and Ukraine's border are going to be sealed up tight like a virgin ass, but not America. Our shit's wide open. We don't even have a border. Stop calling it a border crisis. Because a border implies where one landmass ends and another one begins. There's no distinction. We don't have a border. Lackton says, wait, you got crumbs? I think I got one or two. Didn't they give us some crumbs? Didn't he say he was going to build like 100 yards of fence or some shit? Kenneth Jackson says, Jericho Green, people treated O.J. Simpson terrible after his death. Well, then I guess I'm one of them. Fuck O.J. He killed 2 people. Viciously. I thought he did it since the end of the trial in 1995. Fuck O.J. Simpson. And how people are celebrating him. He's a murderer. You know he did that shit. But I hope that doesn't make us not friends anymore, Kenneth Jackson. Well, guys, we hit the 2-hour mark. That's pretty damn good. Jeff Blackheart says illegals are taking all the reparations. Shit, America is a reparation. Being here is a reparation. Well, there's no other country I'd rather have this skin tone in. You ever seen a soccer game from Europe? The songs they sing? Fuck that. Fuck Africa, too. I have no ties to Africa. I have no allegiance to Africa. They don't even like me. They think I'm like one of these ghetto hood rats on BET. Fuck them. Anyway, I thank you guys. Definitely not fuck you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your interaction in the comment section, your questions, your money, all that shit. 8 billion people in the world, and you pick this crazy son of a bitch to kick it with. Preach. Please make sure that you go to the description box, hit the link to my new YouTube channel, Green's House. We're almost at 3,000. We're 130 subs away from 3,000. That would be a super cool gift for this weekend. Yeah. And also make sure you guys hit up and purchase Dean Cain, All-American Lawman at bigmancomics.com. It's in the description section. Support great entertainment. Support quality entertainment. This is how we fight against the woke bullshit. Everything with a Ku Klux trans member in it, and now they're gay, and this person. No, fuck all that. This is how we fight it. We fight it with our dollars. Do that. You asked for it. We're giving it to you. Hold on a second. Wheezy says I'm sub. Thanks, Wheezy. Appreciate it. So yeah, do those things for me. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll be putting up some videos tomorrow, and of course, nothing on Sunday because it's Sunday, boo. That's one thing my dad never did. My dad worked his ass off Monday through Saturday, but Sunday. So I took that page from his book. Pegtar, thank you very much. This was a great stream because of Jewel motherfuckers, and I appreciate you. But you know how it goes. Oh. Before I go, hold on. Speaking of having a good weekend, well, I'll do that in a second. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Make sure you get over to my new channel, Green's House, like, subscribe, and share. I am Jericho Green, and make sure over the weekend you try not to do this to a leftist. I'm out.